Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody.
So happy to be here with you guys. Oh, it's fun to be here in the middle of the week. I love it.
Yep. Yeah, so happy Wet Nose Wednesday. We decided to just kind of pop on and do something a little fun.
Yeah.
You might have noticed we were a little bit out of touch for a little while. Part of the reason was we both had some traveling going on, and
Mhm.
I did like a 5,000-mile road trip. And
Oh my
so I have
gosh.
some amazing dog travel items things that worked really well. I have a few
Yeah.
things that didn't work quite as well, but I figured we would just kind of chat about some of those things and let you know the stuff that we liked.
Yeah. What
So, yeah.
what didn't? Yeah. I mean, it was amazing that Hillary took this huge long trip. So, I mean, mine was about half the length, but yours was like super duper like over and above and beyond. Like so happy you did, and Ginger was super happy that you made the trip because then we got to all get together and Ginger and Hank got to play. So you can go back in our videos and check and see those out. Those are just some of my all-time favorite videos that we have, are the two of them.
Yep.
But I
Yeah,
think
it was awesome.
yeah, I think
And
it'll be fun to talk about the travel stuff.
yeah, and in case you are new around here, I guess we'll let you know who we are. I am
Yeah.
Hillary Buchholz, and I'm here with Patty Quinn.
Hello.
And we're the co-founders of We Heart Hounds, and so we just love to do things in honor of our love for pups. So today we happen
Yeah.
to be talking about some of that dog travel items that we think are pretty awesome. But we also get together every Friday for crafts and recipes and all sorts of fun stuff. We have a huge long playlist of a ton of stuff. So please check that out. If you know somebody that's a dog lover, if you happen to be a dog lover, you like these types of videos, please
Yeah.
subscribe. It helps us out a ton. And if you know somebody that would enjoy it, if you can share that, that also helps us as well.
That would be great. Yeah. So today we're going to do a review, the
Yep.
hits and misses and the things that worked really well on our travels over the last couple of months, which will be
Yep.
fun.
So I'm going to start out with just some kind of food items and food and water
Okay.
items.
Okay.
So I have this is a travel bowl set,
Oh,
and I
cool.
went through a couple different ones. This I happened to get on Amazon. I went through a couple different
Okay.
ones that I liked, ones that I didn't work out quite as well. So some of the
Right.
things that I liked about this one, it's nice because it's a zipper, everything's all contained, and then you
Oh,
have
yeah.
these silicone bowls. Let me
They
tilt my
pop right
camera
up. Is
down.
that how they work?
And
Oh my gosh.
so
They're huge. Wow, that's cool.
and
Oh,
the
that's
nice thing
great.
about these, so some of the ones that I had found, you just kind of folded them up and they didn't have
Yeah.
that zipper. They didn't stay
Right.
kind of as nice and secure. But the other thing that's nice about these ones is they're also Velcro.
Oh, wow.
So you can really take them out and really get
Yeah.
them nice and clean and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that is one of the things that I thought was a plus on this particular
Yeah.
version. It is a little big, like for Hank's size, but I
Yeah.
usually just fill it. I fill his food, his regular amount of food, and then I
Yeah.
put water with his food just to
Okay.
up to one of these lines, and it works
Okay.
out perfectly. So,
Okay, great. I like the zipper idea because then it also keeps the water. If you're literally traveling, like giving them
yep,
a little bit of water on the road, you can close it back up, and you're not
yep.
getting dribbles of water everywhere in the back of the car, which is nice. That's really cool.
And it's got a nice little carabiner that
Oh
you can clip
yeah,
onto something if you want to. But
yeah,
yeah, it's really nice and well made and
yeah.
sturdy, that sort of thing. So
That's cool.
yeah,
Does it come in
that one.
different colors? Maybe.
I'm not
Yeah.
positive. It might just be
Okay.
this one. There
Okay.
are
Just
different
curious.
kinds of brands and things like that, but
Yeah.
this one in particular is I had sent a few back. This one in particular was the one that I like. We also
Okay.
have links to all the stuff that we're talking about in our description. Um, those do happen to be affiliate links, so we make a small commission if you end up using those links.
Yeah.
So
But
just letting you
yeah.
know that
Yeah.
that's the case. Um, so you were talking about water. This one happens
Yes.
to be, uh, so it's a Gorilla Grip water bottle,
Okay.
and you can see on the top there's a valve here that has an open and closed on it.
Okay.
and then just water on the inside. And then this silicone top, you can flip
Oh,
up.
cool. That's
And
great.
then this
Instant
creates
bowl.
a nice little water
Oh,
bowl.
and you squeeze and gets the
Yep.
water up. Okay, cool. That's so fun.
And so it does make a little bit of noise. So if you have a dog that's super skittish, they might not like drinking out of this one. Hank,
Okay.
once he had done it a couple times, he was totally used to it and didn't
Yeah.
care about it. And the
Yeah.
nice thing is you can take that valve and hit it to closed once you kind of squeeze some of the water up in there,
Right.
and it'll just stay in that
It'll
bowl.
keep the water. Yeah.
Yep. So
That's nice.
it's a nice, like, you can flip it down. It's an easy thing to take, like if you're hiking, something like that.
Right. Right.
So you have, water on the go, but also a bowl, that's already
Yeah.
connected to it
Yeah.
as well.
That makes it nice. That's
So,
cool.
yeah. And then my last little food type of item is, this is just a kind of kibble container. So
Okay.
it's kind of like a dry bag. So
Okay.
you can fill in your food, and then you just roll down.
Oh, nice.
And then you can clip these, and then you have a little handle.
You got a handle.
You have your food
that's
there.
great.
It's
What a great idea.
well made. There are a couple pockets. So there's like a little pocket here on the side.
Neat. Yeah.
And then there's a little pocket here on the bottom.
Okay.
I didn't really use the pockets too much, but
Yeah.
it's nice because you can just take the amount of food that you're needing.
Right.
And it really does hold a fair amount. Now, if you have big dogs, obviously this isn't
Right.
going to be enough for them, depending on how long you're going.
But if it's an overnight trip or a
Yep.
weekend trip, that might work. Yeah.
Yep. So this one, I liked it. I feel like it's well made. All of the seams and things like that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to last us for quite a while. So
Cool.
those are
That's
kinda
really cool.
food items. And then, well, I guess one more. This one's a treat, but so this actually Patty found, and I'm going to let you kind of chat about it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I had heard about Himalayan Shoes. So it's cheese. It's yak milk cheese, basically. Yeah. And Hillary was talking about how Hank was maybe a little anxious in the car before the trip. Not used to being in the car. He's still a puppy, right? And so I thought something to kind of keep him busy in the car while you're on the road, or even if he was just like a bundle of energy in the house, right? And not sure knowing how Ginger and Hank were going to behave together. Of course, they were like best buds from the get-go, which was awesome. But just not sure, puppies needs to burn off energy and all that kind of stuff. And so got those for Hank as just kind of a long time chew for him to try. And then you tried them out, and how did they work out?
So, and at first, the things that I love about them, so they have kind of a grading system on the back of like how hard and how long they'll last and stuff. So they're an 8. So
okay,
they really do last a nice long time.
Yeah.
He was not like right out of the gate, he wasn't overly like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever.
Right.
But once he actually settled down enough to give them a try,
he
loves them. And they really do last a nice long time for him.
Okay.
The other thing that I love about them is because a lot of chews, or even kind of larger chews, they can be a little rich. And so he's small
my
enough,
other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He's small enough that it makes it hard to find something that'll last a long time, that isn't going to upset his stomach or cause us problems or issues down the road. And these didn't at all. Like they're one of the best ones for that. For him in particular, he didn't have any tummy issues with them at all. So that I love about them. So
that was the other reason why I kind of picked those opposed to other items, because I thought they might be a little less harsh on a tummy, might be a little easier on a sensitive stomach, or for smaller dogs like Ginger, I can't feed her a really large chew or something for a long time, because she's so tiny, and anything in her system, can upset it. So I'm really glad to hear those worked out well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really
These
cool.
ones, they're great. And for dogs that, you have that issue where you might have kind of upset tummy types of issues and things like
Yeah.
that, I would recommend giving them a try because it really
Right.
worked out well for us.
Yeah. And if anybody else who's watching has used them, let us know what your dog's reactions are too, or if you
Yeah.
have other long time chews that works well with your dogs that don't upset their tummy. I would love to know. That would be good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do pig ears a lot of times, but those can be a little rich, and Hank goes
Yeah.
through them so quickly. So
Yeah.
as Patty was saying, he's a puppy and he was still getting used to this idea of riding in the car. So
Mhm.
we really needed something that would kind of
Gonna
keep
last.
him,
Yeah.
at least keep him entertained for a little while so that
Mhm.
he could settle down. And
Mhm.
the pig ears, we would look back and we'd be like, where did he drop it? He didn't drop it. It was gone already. He can go through those so darn quickly. I have noticed if I get cow ears with the fur still on, those ones
Okay.
last a little bit longer for me.
Okay.
Antlers, he's not as into. I think they just don't have,
They don't have
for
a
whatever
flavor.
reason, they just don't have enough flavor for him. They're not
Yeah.
interesting enough for him. So
Yeah.
those are some of the things that I've found. Pig ears are great if you're trying to get him motivated to do something. Like he
Okay.
loves
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah.
they're not going to last as long. So
Yeah. Yeah.
these other alternatives were really good for us. So
Good. Good. All right. Well, we
and
have
then, yeah.
some carriers to talk about
Yep.
too, right? Now
Yep.
you started with one and ended up changing midstream. What was the one you
Yep.
started with?
So this one, and actually, so I actually sent back, oh my gosh, probably
I
4 or
know.
5 different carriers on Amazon.
I've
This
done
is
that
the one
before.
that I ended
Yeah.
up going with.
Okay.
I do like it. There are some things that I really like about it. I think it's well made.
Yeah.
There's, kind of a nice soft area. You can clip them in on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
There's lots of extra pockets and things.
Mhm.
And there's actually one of the things I like about it. This back pocket is kind of a big pocket, but it's got really nice, like
Oh.
strong plastic waterproof
Okay. Okay.
area. So all in all, I like this one for being able to carry it on your shoulder. The thing that I wasn't crazy about, and Hank wasn't used to being in a carrier yet,
Yeah.
is it's not very sturdy. Like
It kind of collapses on him.
the edges will
Yeah.
collapse in pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
So
Especially if he's trying to get out, or
exactly.
sit up, it kind of like crumples.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of scary because the thing is kind of coming in on them and stuff. So Ginger, I had the same
Exactly.
problem with Ginger and our previous dog Clover. Yeah, they didn't want to have anything to do with that. So then when you guys showed up and saw what we had, this is the bag I have for Ginger. You've probably seen, if you watch our videos or look at our feeds, you'll see pictures of Ginger in this. And this has another little connector to her harness or collar or whatever, preferably a harness. But what I really like about it is it's a nice sturdy bag. It stays open all the time.
Yep.
It's really well made. It's easy to put together. You just zip the sides on, and then it's got a pocket on one side, an open mesh on the front and on the back. So it's always breathable. And then the other side is your choice. You can have it, you can roll up this flap or roll it down and stick it down with, Hillary's got hers down right now from what she's showing, that same side. So you can open that up as well. And it's got some holes for breathing and, airflow and all that good stuff. And it comes with 2 little pads, and I keep both of them in here just to make it extra cushy for Ginger and to give her a little height because she's kind of small and her legs are kind of short. And then the other thing I really, really like about it is that it's got these snaps on the top. So you can see, you can curl this back and snap it here, here, or here. So you can have the bag as open as you want it to be, right? If they're just sitting and you're having you're sitting at a restaurant, they can just have it nice and open and kind of fall asleep or watch you, eat or grab a couple Scooby snacks while you're eating. So I really like that you can kind of customize how open it is. And it also helps with the comfort level of your pup, right? So how open or closed it is. And it does have some good sturdy handles, but as Hillary said, you can't really put this over your shoulder. These are really just handles to hold on to. But we use this all the time when we take Ginger to a restaurant or whatever that, outdoors, we can sit and enjoy a meal together with her. And it was so cute. Hillary ended up getting the same bag, but in black.
Yep.
And we went out for breakfast one morning. And so we had Hank and Ginger in their little bags together, and the entire wait staff came out to the patio to look at the adorable doggies in their cute little carriers. So these worked out well. And I think you ended up liking this one too, right?
So the only downside for this one is it is kind of a hand carry. So if you were doing something like where you were really going to be carrying the bag for long amounts of time or something like that, then I would recommend one that you can, at the very least, put on your shoulder and things like that. But this one is amazing for, like, the comfort level of Hank in this one was far and away beyond what if I'm actually carrying him around in the other bag, he's fine. But if you're sitting at a restaurant or like even in the car, what would happen is he has his own car seat and he would want to jump in here and take a nap because he was more comfortable in this bag. So you could tell, like, he really does enjoy being in it. He likes it. It feels like his little cozy little den. So
yeah, exactly. No, I really love this bag. This turned out to be a really good find. And again, there's some links to these as well. The other thing that I carry around in that bag.
The other thing about both of these bags, I would say, is they're both a little on the heavy side. So depending on how big your dog is, it might get pretty heavy. But if you have a light dog, like, that is probably the ideal for.
I think they're up to like 13 pounds.
Yep.
Your dog is up to 13 pounds, can fit in here. But it definitely, Hank's 10 and Ginger's about 7 or 8. And it does get heavy over time. But for us, it's totally worth it because we can bring her with us and, at restaurants and stuff like that. And if we're hiking, what I used was this Paco Pet. And if you guys have seen, we have interviewed the owner of Paco Pet, and she talks all about kind of her inspiration for this dog sling. But I really love this. You just put this over your shoulder and you can put Ginger or your pup in it. And it also has a little hooked so you can make sure that they stay in, but it's a nice mesh carrier. It folds up into this little pocket, but you can obviously use the pocket, and it's got a little carabiner, little dog bone carabiner in it as well. So you can hook other things on it, but it's super lightweight. I think it does come with a little pad as well that you can purchase. But I really like this as a sling. If you're walking in and out of shops or, walking in a market or something like that, and you want something that's really super lightweight and easy to take with you, really portable. I really, really like this as well. Ginger had a little bit of an injury at the end of last year with her hips and hind legs. So I haven't used it since, just because I'm worried about the pressure on her rear end in something like this. But before that happened, I absolutely love this. And I just keep it in the car, and, it's easy to take, and, you use it at the spur of the moment. So really like that as well.
That's perfect. And even if you had it like tucked into the pocket of the other carrier so that you can kind of like use it as you need to.
Switch back and forth.
It's so nice and lightweight that it's like the perfect kind of go-to for short little, pop them in and wherever you're running to.
Exactly. Then the other bag that I carry that kind of has her food and everything in it is this. It's actually, I think it's a diaper bag that we got. You can see Aunt Patty's on it. I got this as a Christmas present. And I love it. It's completely waterproof. It's got all these little pockets in it. Some pockets on the side as well. So even kind of think outside the box. Think about, diaper bags or things like that might work well for you. And it's got a nice opening, and you can see, like I said, I put her food in her bowls, and I have this little mutt mitt that I take that we travel with. So this is a little mutt mitt that Hillary and I made on one of our craft shows. And there's a link to it as well. So you just put, it's out of a kitchen towel, really cute. It's got a little holder that I've got little dachshund ribbon on it, which I think is adorable. And you just put your dog's paw in the top, and you take your hand and you kind of help bring their paw into the bag. And then you kind of just scrunch up the muddy paws to get all the mud and dirt and everything in it. And then all the mud and dirt stay inside. So if you're traveling to somebody else's house, right, and you don't want to get their furniture or carpets or anything dirty, before you come in the house, this is really easy to have right at the door, or as I said, in our little travel bag. And it's so easy to take. You're not bringing a whole big beach towel or something with you. So I always make sure that that's in my little travel bag as well, which is nice. And then another craft project that we did not too long ago that I absolutely adore, and Ginger is a big blanket, she's a little blanket hog, is this no sew blanket that we did. And it doesn't have knots. So the way that braiding technique that we did, it lays really flat. So it's not really bulky or uncomfortable for your dog to curl up in. But it's also a great travel blanket. You can take it anywhere. It's nice and light, but it's got enough weight that it'll keep your dog warm and cozy and snuggly and stuff. So we travel with this one as well, which I absolutely love. It's fun.
Yeah, that one's great. And you can do it to whatever size you need. So if you want it as, like, you just cut the fleece to the sizes that you want, and you can customize it. So it works really well. And obviously it's super snuggly for them.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's all I had. Did you have any other tips or tricks to share?
Nope. I think that's it.
Okay.
I do have some more like travel items that are actually like the car seat type of thing that we ended up with. And I went through a number of different ones. So if you all are interested, let us know in the comments, and I can kind of talk about some of what worked, what didn't on some of those types of items as well. And if you have other stuff that you'd like to, know about, tell us to try, anything like that, just share it in the comments. We're always looking for fun ideas. So
and we're all together, right? We're learning together. We're all, pet parents and trying to do the best for our pups, and would be happy to get some information and insights from you as well. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. Have
a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Happy travels.